What does it mean for you to be on the medals here after what you've been through with COVID in Beijing?
Well, the COVID itself wasn't that bad, but the mental hell I went through afterwards was infinitely worse than anything COVID could do to me. I think about 11 or 12 days ago, I woke up just in this bottomless pit. I called my agent and my coaches and some important people I'm close to and told them that I felt like my whole career has been a failure and has been for nothing. And I just thought I couldn't do it. The one thing that got me here to France was the feeling inside me that I didn't want to live the rest of my life with the regret that I didn't even try. And so with that was the only thing that I guess kept me somewhat invested in my step-by-step journey of coming here and getting on the ice, getting on the plane first and getting on the ice here and then taking it day by day. So this medal definitely was very, very difficult for me to come by and is definitely one of the most meaningful and significant moments in my career.
Thank you. Questions? Yes, in the middle. Two more questions, one Akiko and then Nick, and then we'll go to the remote questions.
This is a question to Vincent. You told us you went through a lot, and does this result feels like you see you went through the tunnel already? You saw the light on the other side, or how do you feel? If you could elaborate a little bit.
Well, the grief of losing my opportunity at the Olympics is something that will stay with me for a long time. And dealing with mental or emotional trauma, for lack of a better term, like that sometimes takes months or even years. I'm sure there will still be some difficult days, some difficult times for me ahead where I have to process, still have to process the feelings related to what happened at the Olympics, but definitely the decision to come here and compete and walking away with a medal that will help me a lot and that will reinforce my faith in myself. And the biggest lesson learned is that I should always trust my instinct and don't be afraid to take the step forward and rise up to the challenge, because there's a lot more deep within me than I think is possible at times.
Nick, you've got the final questions here in Montpellier.
Thanks, Paul. Vincent, is there clarity for you as to what comes next? I know that this is obviously a tough moment for all of you to think of what does come next, but are you headed back to school, or what do you feel like, if any impact this result has on your future? Thanks.
Well, I am headed back to school in the fall, but before that I have lots of shows. I have the Stars and Ice tour in Japan, which is very, very exciting. I absolutely love skating in Japan. Everyone does. And then I also have the Stars and Ice tour in the US, and I have more shows in Japan after that, and maybe more offers will come. I don't know yet, but I will be spending the summer just enjoying my skating and my time on the ice as much as I possibly can, because I think after, I hate to keep going back to the bad things that happened, but after the Grand Prix final being taken away from all of us. And then after, what happened at the Olympics, I think, and also since it's the end of a 4-year cycle, I really think that we all deserve to take some time to just enjoy being on the ice and remind ourselves of how much we love this sport and love, skating for the incredible fans. And so it'll be fun.
Now we go to the questions remote. I think we have, yes, our regular customer, Phil from Chicago. Good morning, Phil.
Good morning, Paul. Good morning, skaters. Congratulations to all of you. A quick question for Shoma, similar to what Nick just asked Vincent. Shoma, and then I have one more for Vincent. Is it your intention at this point, Shoma, to continue competing through the 2026 Olympics?
はい、まず、宇野選手への質問です。2026年のオリンピックまでは現役を続けるというような今気持ちでいらっしゃいますか？
僕はオリンピックという舞台を自分の目標にしたことがあまりないので、僕が今何を目指してスケートをしているのか全くわからないですけど、今考えているのはより来年成長する、そしてまたもっともっと何年もかけて成長し続けていきたい。その中にオリンピックという舞台がもしかしたらあるかもしれませんし、ただ僕の考えっていうのはここ1年そして数ヶ月でも大きく変わるので、完全に断言することはできませんけれども、自分にとってスケートが次苦しいものになった時に果たしてもう一度このような気持ちでスケートに向き合うことがあるのかも未だに分かりませんので、全く次のオリンピックに向けて次のオリンピックはこうですというのは言い切れないです。
Well, to be honest, I have never aimed or skated as having the Olympics as my goal. So I myself do not know what my goal is at this moment. All I know is that I want to attain more growth next year and the year after that, and along the line of consecutive years of growth, I'm hoping maybe there could be a possibility that the Olympics might be there for me too. I'm not sure, and my mind might change in this year or even in this few months. So at this moment, I cannot say anything definite, but maybe there will be along the line another moment when skating becomes really tough for me. And I don't know how I will face that moment and how I will face the challenge in my skating, but all I know is that I want to attain that growth.
Thank you, Shoma. And the question for Vincent, you said this was one of the most meaningful and significant achievements of your career. I wonder, given what you've gone through, what other achievement could possibly match this? I mean, how much more meaningful is this than the other world bronze medal you won?
Well, I mean, there have been plenty of, I guess, moments in my career. One of them being, in terms of emotional impact, I guess, one of them would be my free skate at the 2018 Olympics, when, I was just a newcomer and nobody expected anything, and I knew nothing, and I came in and landed. Well, I stepped out of a flip, but I did a really good program, and at the end of that program, I just remember seeing red, and it was just very emotional. This competition definitely held some of that same impact for me, and I guess another moment where I overcame a significant personal struggle was the 2020 U.S. Championships, when I nearly quit skating during my time at Brown. I mean, I did stay off the ice for a good 2 or 3 months, and then I went back. I actually switched coaches, moved to Toronto, and with just 2.5 weeks of training after not having skated for months, I went to U.S. Nationals and won a medal there. That was one of the biggest personal victories of my career. 2019 World Championships in Saitama was definitely an incredible moment. But that came after a whole season of preparation, and of course there were many struggles. But I don't think it was as emotional as this, because everything here was just so unexpected, and I did my best to enjoy every moment. I skated truly for myself. And yeah, I mean, there's so much more I could say, but I'll leave it at that.